race to be named Real Madrid top scorer for the 2024-25 season features some of the leading players in world football. Carlo Ancelotti's team won La Liga and the Champions League last year and have now added to that successful squad with some eye-catching transfer signings. France star Kylian Mbappé has arrived from Paris Saint-Germain and he will hope to embark on a goal-laden career at Santiago Bernabeu. Brazil teenage sensation Endrick has arrived from Palmeiras and will also be desperate to make a great start in Real Madrid colors. Those new arrivals are competing to score the most goals for Real Madrid in the 2024-25 season with a star-studded existing squad that includes other contenders like Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Junior, Rodrygo, Brahim Diaz, and Federico Valverde. England talisman Bellingham topped the league scoring charts for Real Madrid last season, superbly scoring 19 times despite it being his first season in the Spanish top flight. Bellingham's success came after Karim Benzema had come out on top for Madrid in the 5 previous La Liga seasons. That run ended with his move to Al-Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. It was forward Vinicius who topped the club's goal rankings across all competitions last year with 24 strikes, including one in the Champions League final win over Borussia Dortmund. Some star signings joining the club's already brilliant attacking options sets up an enthralling battle to be named the leading Real Madrid goal scorer this season, with Mbappé the favorite due to his stunning career record at both club and international level. Mbappé got off to a fine start with a debut goal in his new side's UEFA Super Cup victory, and now we will see if Madrid can add even more silverware to their bulging trophy cabinet as Ancelotti continues the 4th season of his second spell in charge. Whatever happens, though, the club's fans will be confident of enjoying a flurry of goals, despite former top scorers like Cristiano Ronaldo and Benzema no longer being at the club. This page will be updated with Real Madrid's top scorers in the La Liga and all competitions after every match day this season. Real Madrid have scored 65 goals in their 32 La Liga matches so far in the 2024-25 season. Those goals have been spread around the team, with 12 different players already finding the target. Kylian Mbappé is Real Madrid's top goal scorer in La Liga so far this campaign, with 22 strikes, and he has pulled away from Vinicius Junior in recent weeks. Real Madrid top scorers in La Liga player goals: Kylian Mbappé 22, Vinicius Junior 11, Jude Bellingham 8, Rodrygo 6, Federico Valverde 6, Brahim Diaz 4, Luka Modric 2, Endrick 1, Eder Militao 1, Lucas Vazquez 1, Arda Güler 1, Dani Carvajal 1, Eduardo Camavinga 1. In their league opener, Madrid took the lead through Rodrygo, but had to settle for a 1-1 away draw versus Mallorca. On MD2, Federico Valverde and Brahim Diaz scored against Real Valladolid, but the highlight of the day was a debut goal for Endrick, who struck swiftly after coming on as a substitute to seal a 3-0 home win. Vinicius Junior scored his first goal of the season with a penalty away to Las Palmas on MD3. That helped Madrid to come from behind, but, like in their opening match of the campaign, they were forced to settle for a 1-1 draw on the road. That was despite a dominant performance that saw them rack up 25 shots. Kylian Mbappé was still waiting to score his first league goal of the season after those first 3 matches, and it looked like there would be frustration again at home to Real Betis in MD4. The match was goalless deep into the second half, but Mbappé then got the breakthrough goal and soon added a second from the penalty spot, giving him a massive boost going into the first international break of the season. And he returned from that break with another key strike. Both Mbappé and Vinicius scored second-half penalties as Madrid battled to a 2-0 away win over Real Sociedad on September 14. Mbappé netted his 3rd consecutive La Liga penalty to cap an emphatic Real Madrid comeback in their 6th top-flight match of the season. Los Blancos fell behind to Espanyol in the second half, but goals from Dani Carvajal, Rodrygo and Vinicius rapidly secured the points before the France striker's spot kick made it 4-1. There was a goal from open play for Mbappé as his scoring streak continued against Deportivo Alaves. Madrid raced into a 3-goal lead at home, with Rodrygo and Lucas Vazquez also scoring, although there was a nervous finish before Los Blancos held on to win 3-2. With Mbappé out through injury, Los Blancos drew 1-1 away to city rivals Atletico Madrid on MD8. Their goal was scored by defender Eder Militao, his first goal of the season. Mbappé was involved on MD9, but it was Valverde and Vinicius who got the goals in a 2-0 home win over Villarreal. The stunning second-half goal from Vinicius found the top corner and was much needed as it was his first strike in 4 Madrid matches. After an October international break packed with controversy, Mbappé returned in spectacular style to score the opener against Celta Vigo, and though the home side hit back, Vini Junior got the winner. El Clásico was forgettable for both. The Frenchman was regularly caught offside as Los Blancos were picked apart in a 4-0 loss. The problems did not subside with Real Madrid's clash with Valencia postponed due to deadly flooding in the area. Los Blancos returned to La Liga action on 9th of November against Osasuna. A comfortable 4-0 win thanks to a Vinicius Junior hat-trick and Jude Bellingham's first goal of the season. The game was overshadowed by injuries to Eder Militao, Rodrygo, and Lucas Vazquez. Ancelotti's men returned to action on 24th of November after the international break and ran out comfortable 3-0 victors over Leganés thanks to goals from Mbappé, stand-in captain Valverde and Bellingham. Bellingham and Mbappé were both on target yet again during a 2-0 win over Getafe on 1st of December. Bellingham's run of form continued 3 days later, but Real Madrid were ultimately beaten by Athletic Club 2-1, with Mbappé missing a penalty. The Englishman made it 5 goals in a row in a comfortable 3-0 victory over Girona, with Mbappé and Arda Güler also on the scoresheet. Bellingham scored once again against Rayo Vallecano, although Real Madrid were held to a 3-3 draw. Federico Valverde and Rodrygo also found the back of the net. Mbappé, Rodrygo, Valverde and Diaz were all on target on 22nd of December when Real beat Sevilla 4-2. After failing to score against Sevilla, Bellingham had an eventful first game of 2024 against Valencia, missing a penalty but netting the 95th-minute winner after Luka Modric had cancelled out Valencia's opener. Real were down to 10 men after Vinicius Junior was sent off. Los Blancos ran out 4-1 winners over Las Palmas in their next fixture, with Mbappé, X2, Brahim, Diaz and Rodrygo on the scoresheet. Mbappé followed up that brace with his first hat-trick in a Real Madrid shirt against Valladolid on 25th of January. He scored all 3 goals, including the stoppage time penalty, as Los Blancos extended their lead in La Liga. The Frenchman was much more tame in the next La Liga outing, however, as Real Madrid were shockingly kept quiet in 1-0 loss to Espanyol. Los Blancos were winless again the following week as rivals Atletico Madrid held them to a 1-1 draw, with Mbappé scoring cancelling out a controversial Julian Alvarez penalty. Real Madrid's tense relationship with Spanish referees continued against Osasuna as Jude Bellingham was sent off after Mbappé had opened the scoring. Osasuna eventually equalized against the 10 men to secure a point. On February 23, Vinicius scored his first goal in a month in a 2-0 win over Girona after Modric had opened the scoring with a brilliant strike. Real Madrid's blotchy form continued against Real Betis away from home. Brahim opened the scoring early on, but goals from Johnny Cardozo and ex-Blanco Isco overturned the early deficit to win 2-1. Los Blancos returned to winning ways against mini rivals Rayo Vallecano. Mbappé and Vini Junior were on target in a 2-1 win. Mbappé netted again, twice, when Real Madrid beat Villarreal 2-1 on Saturday, March 15. After the March international break, Mbappé bagged yet another brace, while Bellingham was also on the scoresheet during a narrow 3-2 win over Leganés. After cutting it close in 3 games, Real Madrid came unstuck against Valencia. Vinicius Junior cancelled out Mukhtar Diakubai's opener, but Hugo Duro netted in the 95th minute to secure a shock win. Eduardo Camavinga scored his first La Liga goal of the campaign against Alaves on 13th of April, although his strike was overshadowed by a Kylian Mbappé red card following a nasty challenge in the first half. Real left it late to beat Athletic Bilbao in their next match, with Federico Valverde hitting a stunning injury-time strike to gift Los Blancos a 1-0 win. Real Madrid top scorers in all competitions 2024-25. As well as La Liga, a busy season for Real Madrid will include them playing in the Champions League, Copa del Rey, Supercopa de España, FIFA Club World Cup, Intercontinental Cup and UEFA Super Cup. Madrid have played 21 matches outside of La Liga so far, scoring 54 goals in those games. That means they have netted a total of 122 goals from 56 matches in all competitions. Kylian Mbappé leads the race with 32 goals so far and is slowly but surely leaving Vinicius Junior in the dust. Real Madrid top scorers overall player goals: Kylian Mbappé 32, Vinicius Junior 21, Rodrygo 14, Jude Bellingham 13, Federico Valverde 9, Endrick 7, Brahim, Diaz 6, Luka Modric 4, Arda Güler, Lucas Vázquez 2, Antonio Rudiger, Eduardo Camavinga 2, Eder Militao 1, Dani Carvajal 1, Aurelian Tchouameni 1, Gonzalo Garcia 1. Own goals from the opposition 1. Federico Valverde scored the opening goal of the 2024-25 season for Real Madrid after being set up by Vinicius Junior against Atalanta in the UEFA Super Cup. The big moment of the night, though, saw Kylian Mbappé score his first goal for the club, finding the top corner having been found by Jude Bellingham as Madrid won 2-0 in Poland to seal some early silverware. Mbappé was also on target as Real Madrid started their Champions League defense on a high with a 3-1 home victory over Stuttgart on September 17. In a match that was goalless at halftime, Mbappé set Los Blancos on course for victory with a strike just 20 seconds into the second half. The goal was part of a 5-game streak of netting in consecutive matches, having previously struck in the wins over Real Betis and Real Sociedad in La Liga and going on to score in later games against Espanyol and Alaves. Stuttgart equalized with 22 minutes left, but Ancelotti's men were not to be denied. Antonio Rudiger headed in his first goal of the season with 7 minutes left, and then substitute Endrick sealed the victory in stoppage time, scoring his first Champions League goal to cap a Madrid counter-attack. Having scored in each of their first 10 matches across all competitions this season, Real Madrid failed to net for the first time on October 2, when they suffered a surprise 1-0 away defeat to Lille in the Champions League. Vinicius Junior, x3, Antonio Rudiger and Lucas Vázquez scored in a 5-2 comeback win over Dortmund, before Vini netted their only goal during a 2-1 defeat to Milan on November 5. Real Madrid traveled to Merseyside for a tough Champions League fixture against Liverpool on 27 November and were defeated 2-0. Kylian Mbappé had the chance to equalize the game from the spot at 1-0 but saw his poor penalty saved by Kevin Kelleher. Los Blancos got their Champions League campaign back on track in a rematch of the Super Cup when they beat Atalanta 3-2 in Bergamo, thanks to goals from Mbappé, Vinicius, and Bellingham. Real Madrid claimed their second trophy of the 2024-25 season when they beat Pachuca 3-0 in the Intercontinental Cup. Mbappé, Rodrygo and Vinicius Junior were all on the scoresheet. On January 6, they easily cruised past Deportivo Monera 5-0 in the Copa del Rey. Güler, x2, Valverde, Eduardo Camavinga and Modric were all on the scoresheet. 3 days later, Mallorca were defeated 3-0 in the Supercopa semi-final thanks to an own goal and strikes from Bellingham and Rodrygo. The final of the Supercopa was another chastening El Clásico experience, however, as Real Madrid were demolished 5-2 by Barcelona, with only Mbappé and Rodrygo on the scoresheet. On 17 January, Real Madrid were on the winning side of the same scoreline when they beat Celta Vigo in the Copa del Rey 5-2. Mbappé and Vinicius Junior netted in normal time before a brace from Endrick and a Valverde goal sealed progression in extra time. Vinicius Junior and Rodrygo both scored a brace, while Mbappé netted once, in a 5-1 Champions League rout of RB Salzburg on 22nd of January. Rodrygo notched another brace in the final match of the UCL League stage as Real Madrid defeated Brest 3-0, with Bellingham scoring the other goal. A Real Madrid side stacked with young players took on Leganés in the Copa del Rey on 5 February and managed to win 3-2 in injury time after surrendering a 2-0 lead. Veteran Modric opened the scoring before Endrick and Castilla youngster Gonzalo Garcia secured a victory. Their next fixture outside of La Liga saw Real Madrid seal a stunning last-gasp victory over Man City in the first leg of the Champions League playoff. Mbappé and Brahim cancelled out Erling Haaland's brace before Bellingham netted a 92-minute winner. The second leg proved to be a much more comfortable affair as Mbappé notched a stunning hat-trick en route to a 3-1 win against a despondent Man City to seal progression to the Champions League round of 16 with a 6-3 aggregate score. February was rounded out with a 1-0 win over Real Sociedad in the Copa del Rey, with Endrick the only scorer in that clash. Los Blancos then earned a 2-1 win over Atletico Madrid in the first leg of their round of 16 Champions League clash, with Rodrygo and Brahim Diaz both on the scoresheet. They progressed on penalties from that tie after a 1-0 loss and a controversial penalty shootout. Real Madrid just about got the job done in the second leg against Real Sociedad. It was 3-4 after a crazy 90 minutes, with goals from Endrick, Bellingham, and Aurelian Tchouameni. Rudiger saved Real Madrid in extra time, scoring in the 115th minute to secure a 5-4 aggregate win. Los Blancos failed to score in the first leg of their Champions League quarter-final clash versus Arsenal, and they succumbed to a 3-0 loss. The second leg at the Santiago Bernabeu was equally humiliating as Real failed to stage a comeback and lost 2-1, with Vinicius Junior the only Blancos player who managed to get on the scoresheet. Real Madrid next fixtures. Real Madrid's next fixture in 2024-25 is on Wednesday, April 23 against Getafe. Real Madrid, top league scorers by season player goals 2023/24 Jude Bellingham 192022/23 Karim Benzema 192021/22 Karim Benzema 272020/21 Karim Benzema 232019/20 Karim Benzema 212018/19 Karim Benzema 212017/18 Cristiano Ronaldo 262016/17 Cristiano Ronaldo 252015/16 Cristiano Ronaldo 352014/15 Cristiano Ronaldo 482013/14 Cristiano Ronaldo 31212/13 Cristiano Ronaldo 34211/12 Cristiano Ronaldo 46210/11 Cristiano Ronaldo 40209/10 Gonzalo Higuain 27208/09 Gonzalo Higuain 22. The 19 goals scored by Jude Bellingham to finish top of the Real Madrid league goal-scoring charts in 2023-24 meant it was 2 seasons in a row without the club's highest scorer reaching 20 in the Spanish top flight. Karim Benzema had also topped the scoring standings with 19 the year before. That gave him a 5th straight success, and he had topped the 20-goal mark in all 4 of the other campaigns when he came out on top, performing best with 27 La Liga strikes in the 2021-22 season. Cristiano Ronaldo was top La Liga goal-scorer for Real Madrid in an astonishing 8 successive seasons between 2010-11 and his last season at the club in 2017-18. He was at Santiago Bernabeu for 9 seasons, only narrowly missing out on the crown once, when Gonzalo Higuain pipped the Portugal star by 1 goal in his first campaign in Spain after signing from Manchester United. The 48 La Liga goals Ronaldo scored in 2014-15 remain a club record. He also won the European Golden Shoe that year and racked up a total of 61 strikes across all competitions, which is also the best ever tally recorded by a Los Blancos player in a single season. The other players to top the Real Madrid league scoring standings on multiple occasions since 1995 are Raúl González, 5 times, Ronaldo Nazario, 4 times, Fernando Morientes, twice, and Higuaín, twice. Ruud van Nistelrooy and Davor Suker finished as the top Madrid league scorer once each during that time frame. Which Real Madrid players have won the Pichichi Trophy? A Real Madrid player has won the Pichichi Trophy on 28 separate occasions. The feat has been achieved by 14 different players for the club, meaning many of them were multiple-time winners. Both Madrid's overall tally of winners, 28, and number of players to triumph, 14, in the Pichichi Trophy are records in Spanish football. While Barcelona great Lionel Messi holds the individual record with 8 Pichichi wins, there are many Real Madrid players who have produced spectacular performances. Alfredo Di Stefano won the scoring title 5 times while representing Real Madrid, with 4 of those coming in consecutive seasons. Real Madrid, recent Pichichi winners. Season winner goals 2021/22 Karim Benzema 272-014/15 Cristiano Ronaldo 482-013/14 Cristiano Ronaldo 312-010/11 Cristiano Ronaldo 402-006/07 Ruud van Nistelrooy 25. Hugo Sanchez is another Real Madrid great who was a 5-time Pichichi winner, although one of his crowns came while playing for city rivals Atletico Madrid. Frank Puskás was a 4-time winner, while Cristiano Ronaldo came out on top 3 times, a total which almost certainly would have been higher had he not been coming up against the relentless Messi. However, Real Madrid have struggled to make an impact in this award since Ronaldo left La Liga. A Los Blancos player has triumphed in just once in the last 9 seasons, with Karim Benzema claiming the honor with 27 goals in 2021-22. Real Madrid all-time top scorers player goals games won. Cristiano Ronaldo 4504382. Karim Benzema 3546483. Raúl González 3237414. Alfredo Di Stefano 308396. Cristiano Ronaldo is the all-time Real Madrid top scorer with 450 goals. He netted 311 times in La Liga and on 139 occasions across other competitions. What is most incredible is that Ronaldo hit that total in only 438 games, averaging more than a goal per game and producing the kind of scoring statistics that had not been seen since the era of Alfredo Di Stefano, who places 4th overall. Karim Benzema, 354 goals, is second in the Real Madrid scoring standings. Ronaldo and Benzema overtook iconic striker and former record holder Raúl, who they both briefly played with for a season after signing for the club in 2009-10.